I believe that Obidient wish to effect a political revolution in Nigeria. FFK, welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. In an article titled The Obidient, the Jagaban and the Icarus Syndrome, Part 1, a former Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani-Kayode, popularly known as FFK, reiterated that he admired the passion of the Obidient movement, which is described as a path to a social and political revolution in Nigeria. FFK said, I admire and respect the energy and passion of the Obidient, and as I said in an earlier write-up titled, Who Are These Obidient? I believe that they wish to effect a social and political revolution, which those of us in the larger political parties have to be very wary of. He further said that the revolution can only happen if the Obidient stay together and do not create discord among themselves. He advised them to manage the movement in the upcoming year so that they can present a formidable candidate that will defeat other political parties. This is because they are still far from the mark before achieving perfection. Although the Femi Fani-Kayode admitted that they are a formidable position, they still have a long way to go before achieving their aim, because they might not survive it. But they should try to make an impact at the next poll and consolidate on it. And continued by saying anger cannot be a bedrock for a nationalist revolution because all revolutions have a purpose. Look, if they sweet me waiting in the talk, they come before, say yes, he described them as, he said he admired the passion of the Obidient, which he described as a path to a social and political. I love what he said, but he's saying that their turn, he never reached their turn. I beg. This is another feedback to the Obidient. Obidient, they say and never do work well. And there's something he said that struck me. He said they are still far from the mark before achieving perfection. There is no political party that is perfect. I'm sorry. There is no political party that is perfect. If you have political parties that are perfect, do you know that we are not going to be here? All this thing what they do is not going to be necessary. If you have political parties who, when they come into power, somebody's representing them, the person come in and he treats everyone fairly, he distributes or allocates appointments, funds, resources, the way he's supposed to, use the federal character in allocation of appointments and resources and funds, everything is going. There is nobody that is being treated inferior or superior. Everybody is treated fairly. And again, things are going well in this country. We have security. Nobody is looking over their shoulder. There is nobody that is scared that, they come or they won't come carry people. No. Do you think that this year election, people are going to be? No. In fact, people will be less concerned. Had it been economy is fine, the security is fine, everything is fine, are we going to know? It is because these people, there is no the political party that is close to perfection. That is why each 4 years, you see people coming out to say, no, we don't want this or we want this. That is just it. They won't listen to your philosophical advice. They want the result today, which never be possible, just that they will living in a fool's paradise. Like I say, Obidient should take this as advice. Then say, walk day for now. They say, now still day far. We can now walk 3 times or 10 times as hard. We can know whether this thing will be possible for you now. All right. Obasanjo said, give FFK food and he will sing for you. But dear FFK, remember that some are still making fun, drinking and enjoying themselves when the Titanic sank. Okay. FFK has never been dared by anything like the Obidient. You should be consumed by the Obidient by God's grace. All right. Okay, what has ever been the business of FFK in this life? It's not being paid for bootlicking. I wonder if your children will be trained from the crumbs you get from politicians. This is too far. FFK, yes, they do well, but I don't see what he said here. Okay, he actually said some things I agree with. I don't agree with him on everything he said, and which is natural. You can, your own opinions and your own views might be different from his, but please, don't drag his children into this now. I beg. A man who cannot manage his family has nothing to do with 220 Nigerians. FFK. Jada Milaya is waiting for you, even though he's not obedient, but he's waiting for you. All right. You are knowing it lately because of political instability as you're wobbling from one expired party to another. Politics When Femi was Femi, he would not have supported anybody from the Southwest. They're talking about power to come to the Southwest after 8 years of president, another 8 years as vice president. He would have insisted that the power shift to another zone of the South. Since he turned to wear belly face, he doesn't exhibit this quality is not for again. Exactly. FFK has shown me that you don't trust people. Sincerely, what I learned from him is your shock absorber must be intact. Even when you are with somebody that you claim to be your relative, you must wear a shock absorber. Because Femi Fani-Kayode was the kind of person that came out. He was really, really saying what we want to hear. He came out and spoke those things, spoke truth to power. We were saying like, we are nodding our head like, this man, you are doing well. Until what happened? Uncle, the high place we put down, the high table we made for him, Oga stepped down and started grinding on Sudan. And since then, I hold my shock absorber tight. And no one here say, I hold my shock absorber anywhere I go. Before you could shock me now, somebody will shock to death, God forbid. All right. FFK needs help. Drug overdose is hampering this. No, don't do that. Don't do that. He has given his own candid opinion. He has given his own opinion. And I keep saying it. There are many people who are going to give opinion. They might see it as an attack. The person that is saying it might see it as an attack on you. But it's actually a kind of feedback. I've said it, there will be so many ideas running left, right, and center that will be coming from, opposition parties. Sieve the one that we can sieve, that are useful, and then you throw the chaff away. So, in summary, what FFK was saying that, natural, this thing where they do, the obedience they do, it they good, but no be now. That is what he's saying. They are not prepped, they are not prepared. That is not possible that they win now. Which man I'm saying, try your obedience should try their best. They should push harder, and harder. They never can tell. They never can tell. Yes, it is seeming as if, what's it called? It's seeming as if they're not working. A lot of people, even I read one particular letter written by, I've forgotten the person I've written. I can't remember the person's name, exactly now, but the person wrote that particular letter to P2B telling him to come and sensitize the North, come and, make himself create more awareness. The thing he's doing in diaspora that you don't do for diaspora, let him come to the North that people barely know him. I saw it as a wonderful advice. So they should take this one as an advice. Femi, FFK say, and I never read. Make una sure I'm saying that they're ready. Work twice as hard. Make una make sure saying that double, triple, 10 times as hard. So that at the end of the day, you just be like, say, I seen they talk, the opposite can't happen. You just be like, I've said it before. Then call you Momo, you can't behave like Momo, make sense. But then call you Momo, make sure, say you show them, say the Momo. That is how it will be. Be the reverse, and blow their minds. All right, on this note, you've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.